This is a demo environment. It's not a real-life environment. So in the real-life environment, you may not see all those other windows that you see are there. But of course, this is the software, and you can see the guided setup. You can see the dashboard. You can see all of the functionality. This is the only interface that you need to know to do virtually everything you want to do when it comes to data protection, including the necessary coverage. This is what we use. And I will be going through some of these just to show you what we're talking about in terms of the functionalities that Commvault provides. Okay. So with this simple interface, these are some of the things that we consolidate management, consolidate important metrics, consolidate reporting and alerting, automate data protection. We don't have a separate tool for reporting. Everything is done from this simple interface. Every report, even if you want to customize report and provide your own customized report, you do everything from here. Okay, so the other thing that we are doing to further reduce complexity for the customer is the automation. So we're automating a lot of the processes for the customers. You want to do backup, you want to do restore, you want to do disaster recovery for the first time. Most of the time, we get lost in, how do I protect my Oracle environment? How do I protect my Exchange environment? How do I protect my Hyper-V environment or my VMware environment? We don't know how to go about it. With Commvault, everything has been automated. All you just need to do is to provide the information specific to those environments. I want to protect the guided setup that you see here. I want to protect my virtual environment. So you can just go in here, go to configure. So when you get to configure, you see actually all the virtual vendors, the hypervisors that are on the internet, on the planet. You know, we support actually all hypervisors out there. So you can select a specific one, even if it's AWS, if it's Azure or Google Cloud Hyper-V. You select which one you want to configure that you have your environment. I can say yes, I have Hyper-V my environment, for example. So you click on this, and then it takes you to where you now begin to provide the other information to access that environment. Once the environment is accessed with your credentials, we are able to discover the entire environment, everything you have in the environment, and you can begin to protect your environment. So it is that simple. Everything is automated. You don't need to remember anything other than those specific information about your environment. Okay? And then multi-cloud. So when we talk about multi-cloud, so these are the key challenges that we have in a multi-cloud environment. So the first thing is, how do I protect my data in a multi-cloud environment? I have on-prem, I have on Amazon, I have in Azure, I have in Google Cloud, or even probably Oracle Cloud. I have workload there. Now, I have workloads everywhere. I have on Amazon. How do I implement disaster recovery for what I have in Amazon? If, for example, my workload in Amazon is done, am I able to fail over to my on-prem infrastructure, or am I able to fail over to another instance on Azure? So these are some of the challenges that we see. Another thing is migration. More and more of our customers, they are adopting cloud. And as we're adopting cloud, we're migrating more and more workload into the cloud. So how do we do this seamlessly, easily? It's a major challenge that a lot of customers are having today. Migrating their workload to Amazon, migrating their workload to Azure, migrating their workload to Oracle Cloud. How are they able to do this easily? So with Commvault, of course, we are able to address all of this for the customers. Okay? And of course, the cost of even the cloud infrastructure that we are moving to. How are we able to manage this cost for our customers? So these are the key challenges that we see, which of course with Commvault we are able to address. Like I said, the first thing, with Commvault we are able to natively, not just integration, native integration into most of the clouds that we have out there. Talking about Amazon, talking about Azure, talking about even Oracle Cloud. With Commvault was the first data protection tool to integrate natively with Oracle Cloud. And with that, we're able to extend most of the features, most of the functionality of Commvault, we're able to extend them to this cloud. For example, when we say the duplication, we're able to extend the duplication capability that we have on-prem to all of this cloud. So if I have workload sitting in the cloud and I want to back it up, whether I'm backing it up to the cloud or I'm backing it up on-prem, of the native integration that we have. And we are also able to control how things work even in those clouds. We can automate deploy on and off of workloads that customer have got in those cloud. So the other thing, which is a major requirement for the customers, say we're protecting our data. In addition to protecting the data is the disaster recovery part of it. I want to be able to replicate my data to my disaster recovery site, so I want to be able to replicate it. How am I able to do this? With Commvault, customers are also able to do that. And you can see all those targets that are listed there. I have Oracle infrastructure, and I want to have my target on Oracle Cloud. We are able to do this for the customers. You are able to replicate your data to those targets. But not only replication, we also automate the process of failover and failback. And failover testing, we automate this process for the customer as well. Okay? And when we say automating it, traditionally I want to fail over my workload from one data center to another data center. We know what we typically do. Changing IP addresses, doing a whole lot of things to be able to bring up services on the other hand. We automate all this process for the customer. So you don't need to do any manual work bringing up services at the other end. We also automate the process of ordering the bringing up of the services at the other end. If the database must come up before the application, we ensure that happens to ensure seamless failover of the workload. And we can test all of this. So we have failover testing as well that customers can do regularly to be sure that when the day comes to do the actual thing, you are able to do it. Okay? And when it comes to migration of data, of course, traditionally, Commvault is a backup data protection solution. And of course, additionally, we also do disaster recovery for the customer. So customer can use any of this approach. Backup to migrate their data to the cloud, or they can use the replication tool that comes with the disaster recovery solution also to migrate their data to the cloud or anywhere they want to migrate the data to. So there's no need to invest money in a third-party solution, invest money in a solution that may not even work well for you. So the same backup solution, the same data protection solution that you have can be used for migration of the data into the cloud and away from the cloud. So you can flexibly use it the way you want. And when we talk about backup to the cloud, I have my backup solution on-prem, which I'm using to back up my data. And I want to migrate that workload to the cloud. All I need to do is just to rent a space in the cloud where I want to back it up, where I want to migrate my data to. Then we can send the backup data to that place. And when the backup gets to that place, we can spin up the workload on the backup. Okay? And the other approach is basic replication of data. So I have workload in my production center, which I want to migrate to Azure. I just need to have workload spin up in Azure. I can do the replication of my data to Azure, and when the data is there, the two environments are in sync. I can just get the relationship, and then I have my workload in Azure. So that is how we do it, and most importantly, for the disaster recovery, of course, we make it very, very simple. Just the way we do backup, we make it very, very simple for the customer and very scalable. Like talking about system I from IBM, talking about even the mainframe systems and all that. We are able to support all those environments, both traditional workloads and the new modern workloads, talking about the big data environment, talking about the modern applications for customers. And again, we are cloud agnostic, so we don't care where the customer wants to back up the data to, where you want to replicate your data to. We are able to support all of this, including Oracle Cloud. So the same one more customer are trying to use Oracle Cloud, maybe as a backup target, or as a DR target, or even migrating their workloads to Oracle Cloud. With Commvault, we can make that journey very, very easy for the customer. And like I said, orchestrator and automation, just the same thing we do for backup. We're doing the same thing for disaster recovery as well. The replication part, the migration part, failover and failback. Just 3 steps to automate all the process for the customers. And then of course, even the recovery, we automate this also for the customer. And again, we manage all of this from that same single pane of glass, the same interface that we have with the Commvault. And when it comes to data, of course, the first thing we do is within the Commvault software, the base software, we are able to do deduplication. So with this, we eliminate the need for customers to invest money in expensive hardware for the duplication of data compression. We are able to do this right from the software without having to pay any additional money. Also, because we integrate natively with most of the cloud that we have out there, we are able to do auto power management for the cloud, for Azure, for Amazon. If we don't need a specific VM, we can power it off. And when we power it off, it reduces cost for the customer. And the time you need it, maybe with the time you want to fail over to that place, automatically will bring those services on tremendously.